Greetings children. Welcome to the online classes. This is Aishwarya. Please like and subscribe the channel for the further updated videos. The following video is for class 3, subject General Science, chapter 10, Water for Plants and Animals, part 2. Now in the part 1 of this lesson, and water for our family or water for my family, that was your last lesson. We learned what are the different steps in the water cycle and how the water goes round and round on the earth. And in the first part of this lesson, what did we learn? We learned about importance of water to animals and plants. Not it is not only important to us, it is important to different all the animals and all the plants, all the living things that are on earth require water, right? So let's continue with the lesson. I will be reading out from page number 89. I hope you have your textbooks by now. Please follow when I'm reading it. Okay, so long ago animals lived in a habitat. Now, before I go to that, there is one small activity which you can do it at home. How do we give water to our domestic animals? Find out how each domestic animal gets water. These are some domestic animals like dog, cat, bird, sheep, cow, horse, and pig, which you will be writing the how do they get the water. Understood? So let's continue. Long ago, animals lived in a habitat which had ample water and food to meet their needs. Okay, so basically, what happened when when human beings start living on Earth, or animals or plants? Plants usually grow well around the water bodies. Okay, like rivers or lakes. Near around the water bodies, they grow very well. Not only plants, animals also, they are more dependent on the natural resources for their water, so they are most likely to be seen near the water bodies itself. Our human beings also, our lives are also dependent on these natural sources of water, so our life also revolves around these water bodies itself. Nowadays we have found methods to bring the water to the other part of the place where the waters are not available from the river, but in the olden days people used to live very closer to the river itself, so that it will be easy to access the water. Okay, so but what happens when there is a drought or less rainfall? Drought means when there is no rainfall at all, or when there is very less rainfall. But what happens when there is drought or very less rainfall? Some years this happens that there is drought or there is very less rainfall, that the water is not available at the right amount. Okay, animals move to newer places to find water. Not only to find water, animals move to different places to find food also. Okay, so that's the thing. If they don't find water in one place, they start moving to the other place. Even domestic animals that are stray move constantly in search of water and food. Okay, stray animals like cats and dogs which live on the streets, they go in search of food and water. Wherever they find food, they stay there. Wherever they find water, they just stay there. Okay, then that was about animals. What about plants then? Plants get water through dew, irrigation, and rainfall. They get these are the three different types where they get the water. Plants mostly depend on rainwater and underground water. Plants mostly depend upon the rainwater and the underground water. Plants and trees that farmers raise get a regular supply of water. Either he digs a borewell in his land, the farmer digs a borewell in his land and supplies water to his plants, or he will get the connection from the canal closer to his farmland and he will supply the water to his farmland. Okay, then how do animals lose water from their bodies? Okay, what happens? How do we lose the water from our bodies? Through sweating, isn't it? Same way, even in the animals also, we have learned in water cycle how the water is evaporated from the water bodies, right? Evaporation means the water particles get converted into water vapor. So water from our bodies also evaporates. How does it evaporate? While sweating. Have you seen how your sweating increases as the temperature increases? Why do we sweat, children? We sweat because as the temperature increases, our body should adapt and get adjusted to that temperature. That means it has to cool down our body. If our body becomes extremely hot, the cells in our body will start dying. That's why we have to control the temperature of our body. Now, when it is extremely hot outside, to our body temperature also increases. To reduce the temperature, our body will give out water particles through sweats. There are small holes in our skin, very small uh, holes in our skin from which the water comes out, and because of that water which comes out, it cools down our body. The sweating is the salty water released from our body. This water under the hot sun evaporates and leaves the skin cool. Okay, this way your heated body cools down, but your body loses water. Our body, which is hot, will cool down, but the water that was present in our body will we will lose that water. So this losing of water is called dehydration. Dehydration is very fatal, or it is important to maintain our body water level. If you are too extremely dehydrated, especially if you're sick, or you're sick, doctor will suggest you to have plenty of water, because when you're sick, you will lose a empty amount of water from your body to dehydrations. Okay, so we have to maintain that water in our body. So what is dehydration? Losing water by our body is called dehydration. This dehydration occurs in plants and animals also. Animals also lose water when they urinate. Human beings also, we lose water when we urinate. Plants lose water through transpiration. 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 Now, what is transpiration? Transpiration is the process in which the plants absorb water from the roots. Okay, what happens? This is the common thing. The roots absorb water from the soil. Then they release it as the waste water vapor into air through the leaves. Now, leaves will have small pores or small holes on the lower surface of the leaf, that is called stomata. 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 Plants have small pores on the underside of their leaves. These pores are called stomata. Now, to explain what is transpiration, what happens from these holes, the small water particles come out into the environment. That process where this water vapor comes out of the leaf is called transpiration. Okay, plants absorb water from the soil and it is released out through the stomata in their leaves. That releasing of that water is called transpiration. It releases due to the heat of the sun. Plants and animals living in deserts and dry regions cannot find enough water. Plants and animals, what happens when they don't find enough water in the desert regions? So the animals and plants which do not get proper amount of water in the desert regions, they adapt themselves. So in the next lesson, or sorry, in the next video, we will learn about what is this adaptations of animals and plants and why do they adopt. So I hope you understood this much of the lesson. Stay at home, stay safe, take care of yourself, children. Do the exercises and the activities in your textbooks as well as your workbooks. Thank you.